Hey girl, we dancing. We dancing. Hey.
We dancing. Amika J. Amika J.
Amika is killing it. We love it.
Yes,
All
we love.
right.
So welcome to another fantabulous episode of Real Women, Real Talk. I am your co-host, Shavon Carter, one of the facilitators of Real Women, and I am joined by
Hey y'all, I am Trenace Richardson and I am the founder of Real Women.
Yes. And we are here. We are sisters. We do life together. And we are here to journey with you and just give you a little sneak peek into the life of a Real Women Sister Circle, a Real Women experience. We are just helping you understand what we do and hoping that you will be intrigued, that you will it will pique your curiosity to come and experience it for yourself. So that's what this podcast is all about. We're extending
Yeah.
the Women Sister Circles beyond the actual meeting so that others, you can get a sneak peek into who we really are. So, sister, what do we want listeners to leave with after listening to
Ooh,
this?
well, I am hoping y'all leave like saying, relate to these girls, these sisters are relatable. They cool. Like they are really cool sisters. And also that it leaves you thinking about something, leaves you enlightened, illumined about something. And then, we want to be silly. So we hope you're entertained as well. Are
Yes.
you are you entertained?
And if this is your first time tuning in, we laugh a lot because it's
Mhm,
genuine. This is what we do. We just laugh. We like to have a good time. And we also
mhm.
like to get into some deep conversations, which you'll see in a little bit. But before we get
Mhm.
to deep, let's go into our first segment, which is Real Talk.
Real talk.
Yes. And this is where we
Mm.
just share the highlights of what's going on with us, anything that we want to share. And we just share the real about who we are and what's happening. So, sisters, how you doing?
I'm doing really well today. This has been a really good week for a lot of reasons. I talked on the last episode about the social media fast that I've been doing, but I have also had quite a few speaking engagements lately.
Doing.
I had the opportunity to speak at a mayor's event for several mayors in a county in Maryland, and I had an opportunity to go speak in New Jersey for an organization there. So
Nice.
I've been doing what I love to do, and
Yes.
that has felt really good. Um, and I've been working out because I'm on my way to 50
Yes.
next year, and we're gonna do cruises, and I'm celebrating. I'm probably gonna end up celebrating a lot the whole year, but
You
especially
should.
the summer. I'm just gonna show off for the summer. So
I, that's right.
yeah,
I
it's been a
love milestone birthdays. Like I just feel like
Mhm.
birthdays, period. I love birthdays, but it's just something about a milestone birthday, especially when you're crossing into another decade. It's just
Yeah,
so monumental. So I love that you are gearing up and planning to just celebrate you all year. I love it. It's beautiful.
absolutely. So I'm doing good this week, sister. How you doing? Real talk.
Look, baby, they got their money's worth out of me today. You hear me? At
Did
the job,
they? Who?
the people at my
The
job,
people.
the
Just call them the
people,
people.
the
The
people.
man.
If you watch it, you know who you are. The people got their money's worth out of me. So I am in a leadership position at work, and
Mhm.
it was working today. Like just meetings after meetings. It's good stuff, but that's tired.
Mm. They said you got we gonna get $5 out of you this morning and $5 out of you this afternoon. And
Oh man, it's good stuff though. I wouldn't trade it. It's it comes with the territory, comes with the job, comes with leadership. So it's all good.
listen, it comes with leadership. Say
It
that
comes with
again.
leadership.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just
Mhm.
having a seat at the table where I can share my opinion, my perspective. I really do appreciate that. So that's
Yeah,
the upside of it, but it does come with a lot of responsibility.
that's good.
Yes. But
That's good.
anywho, so real talk, sister, I wanted to
Mhm.
share something. The last episode I talked about going to see Usher recently, right?
Mhm.
So
Usher,
I've been just
Usher.
just going to concerts all year, right? Just some
Mhm.
really good concerts. And I also recently got to see Kirk Franklin and company on the reunion tour.
Wow. Let me tell
Oh,
you, if
yeah.
somebody is going to go see somebody, if somebody is going to go to a party, a concert, an experience, if somebody
Mhm.
is going to get on a train, a
Yes,
plane, or an automobile, it's going to be Shavon Carter. And I love it.
absolutely. Absolutely. I love a good entertainment experience, especially concerts. So
Mhm.
Kirk Franklin. So it was a gospel concert. For those of you not familiar, it was a gospel concert. So it was Kirk Franklin, Ty Tribbett, Israel Houghton,
Mhm.
Tamala Mann, David
Mhm.
Mann,
Mhm.
and the Clark sisters.
Yes,
OMG.
sir.
When I tell you these people put on a show, a
Mm,
concert, we had a hallelujah good time in the
mm.
Capital One Arena. I'm in the DC area, so we went to the Capital One Arena, and it was such a good concert. Like they sounded good. Now the Clock Sisters are in their 60s and 70s.
Mhm.
And honey,
Mhm.
they had on their outfits, their voices sounded amazing. They had on their heels,
Mhm.
the kitten heels, maybe the thick heels, because they
Uh-huh.
their knees, but
Mhm.
except for Dorinda. Now Dorinda Clark Cole was getting it. I don't know what kind of energy she was on, but she
She took her
was
Red Bull that day.
she took her Red Bull that day and she was getting it. So it was just so good and they sounded amazing. And Kirk Franklin and Ty Tribbett, I feel like they might have been in competition with each other who could be the most energetic because they were jumping around
It was
everywhere.
like, no, I got it. No, you got it.
I was like, Kirk, you're 53. How do you move like that? I loved it.
Uh-huh.
But you would never
Uh-huh.
be able to tell because he was getting it. So
Yeah.
it was just so good. I sang to my little heart's content. I knew all the songs. I love old school R I mean not R&B that too, but old school gospel.
Mhm.
So it was a good time. So
Mhm.
what I want to ask from that real talk is
Mhm.
what's a concert that you have gone to that has been really memorable for you where you was like, oh my God, that was so good.
Oh, wow. So first, let me say I didn't get to go to the concert,
Okay.
but I've heard wonderful things about it. So what I
Mhm.
did was thank you to all of the people who break all of the rules and tape and record like the entire concert and put it
Right.
online.
Because there's so much on YouTube, I'm sure. Yep.
Girl, on YouTube, somebody had good seats. Okay.
Really?
I felt like I was there. I'm gonna send you the link. It was
Okay.
so good.
Okay.
And I don't think at that particular concert they tell you not to. So
No,
it wasn't anything wrong with it. But this
no.
person got the entire concert.
Mhm.
So I was there even though I wasn't there.
I want to see it again. So yes, please send it. Yeah.
Okay, I will send it to you. So it was wonderful. I do agree with you from the seat that I was in
To
at
see
my
that home.
house. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So,
funny.
so yeah, I agree with you. But girl, so the first thing that comes to mind about the most memorable concert
Uh-huh.
is the one that I have been to the most,
Okay.
and that is New Edition.
Come
Okay,
on. Come on. Yep.
listen. So listen. I
Okay.
am one of those. I'm one
Yes.
of those. I'm one of
Uh-huh.
those who will
Yep.
go to a New Edition concert. Not every time, every time. Every
Yes.
time they come, I'm on my way to the New Edition concert. And
Mm-hmm.
it's because it is such a benchmark in my growth as a young lady
Mm-hmm.
into a woman. Just there's so many memories connected to that group for me.
Yes.
The very first New Edition concert I went to, I was still in high school, and my aunt Margie in Richmond decided that she was going to allow me and my friends not only to go to the concert in Richmond, so we got to come to her house and spend the night, and that was like an hour or two away from where I lived,
Mm-hmm.
but she was gonna let me drive myself
What?
to the concert. Oh my,
Oh, you?
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was in high school and I was driving age,
Yeah.
but she let me take her old hoopty to the concert. Me and my friends thought we were the ish. You hear me? I mean,
Nah.
all of it.
Mm.
We had a blast. I
Mm.
mean, clunk to clunk that car. It was a clunker, but we took that car, drove into that parking lot, went
Yeah.
by ourselves. I felt so grown up.
Oh my.
And I think that was my first concert. I
Okay.
really do. Outside of gospel concerts at churches and stuff
Right.
growing up, that was my first real concert. And ever since then, just whenever I can go,
Mhm.
it brings back. I think you and I literally sat beside each other for one, and
Yeah.
you just feel like you are like 15 all over again. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And that's one of the many reasons why we're sisters, because I have the exact same sentiment when it comes to
Mhm.
New Edition. I go see if it's RBRM, sometimes it's
Mhm.
BBB,
Right,
whatever
right.
iteration of the group. I
Bobby, no Bobby.
right,
Johnny, no Johnny.
Tresvant, just whoever. I want to see them because I love them just that much, just for the same reasons. Like that was my group back in the day. All the feel good music, it just reminds me of just fun times, and I just know all the songs. And so,
Mhm.
so every time they come, I want to see them, and I heard they may be getting a residency. I don't know how true it is, and maybe they're in the talks about it. But if they get a Vegas residency, I will go.
I'm
Even
there.
if I've seen them 10 times. Yep.
They gonna do well.
Absolutely.
They're going to do
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as y'all brothers keep going, keep doing
Right.
it. And I bless Bobby's heart. I have seen him in concerts where he was just doing the best that he could. And then the very last one I saw him, I was
Right.
like,
Right.
sir.
Yeah.
And then when he got tired, he would do this and walk off the stage. He's like, I ain't
'Cause
messing with y'all no more.
the
It was
last
good.
one they built in breaks for
Mhm.
him. So it's like,
Yep.
okay, you go off to the side and let's do this. BBD will say something, or somebody else will do some rap transmit. So they made it to where he didn't have to be on stage the whole time, because that made me tired. He said, look, I'm not in shape like y'all, and that's okay. And so I'm gonna
Right.
sit here. You do your stuff,
Right.
I'll come back. So
Right.
yeah, he is
Was
so
that your well, let me just say this before you say yours. I don't know if
fun.
that was exactly yours or not, but what it made me think about their tenure in entertainment as a group. First of
Yeah.
all, not very many groups last this long.
Nope.
And even though they have broken off, done their own things, taken a
Mhm.
break from, doing albums together and all of that, but then
Yep.
come back together for these, these many years that they have been able to come back and not do any new music. And
Right.
all of us are still there. It
Yeah.
just is an example of friendship and relationship and the ups and
Mhm.
downs and roller coaster rides of
Yes.
connections with people, and how if they are to be in your life
Mhm.
for more than a season or more than a reason, and perhaps for a lifetime, that it
Mhm.
won't be easy, but it's worth it.
It
It's definitely worth it
it's worth
for
it.
them
I
to
want
be
them to
out
have
there.
no music. Just sang the same songs every year.
Mhm.
Don't give me I don't I think I would be offended if they had new music, because I don't want to
Yeah.
hear that. I didn't grow up on your new music. I want to
I would
hear
literally sit there like this. What they doing? What they doing? What song is that?
sing my song. Is this the end?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. So is that your memorable concert?
So I would say my most memorable one has been the one this year with Beyonce.
Okay.
OMG, that woman is a performer to like perfection when it comes to,
Mm.
she was amazing, and her voice sounded amazing. Just the experience. I have never gone to a concert and wanted to go to the exact same concert like the next one that she had. Like when I left that
Wow.
concert, I just needed more of that experience. I don't know what it
Mhm.
was. I don't know how she does it, but I think I joined the Beehive this year after
Mm.
going
I
to.
love it. I love it. Let me tell you, I have been this is so funny. I have been Beehive adjacent
Okay, all right.
for a long time,
Yeah.
because what I've done is I have never gone to a Beyonce live concert, and I know that that probably in and of itself disqualifies me from the Beehive,
No
which
judgment.
is cool. I don't even have a problem with that. I'm okay with that, Because what I have done is after every concert tour that she has done a DVD for, when DVDs were done, I
Yeah.
have all of those, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
So I've always just been comfortably in my house watching my TV screen with the best view, in my opinion, in the house, right?
Right.
And so I have all of those DVDs. And then when I knew she was taping, I didn't know whether she was taping for the Netflix or the Hulu or the this or the that, but I knew she was taping this concert.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'ma just wait. I decided I'm gonna do what I've always done and just wait
Yeah.
for my best seat in the house.
Uh-huh.
And girl, if she didn't say she gonna be on a movie screen, I
Right. In
said,
the
"Is
theater.
that what you about to do? Well,
Yep.
let me go pick up my ticket. I know y'all pay hundreds of dollars, but I'm gonna pay this $20 or whatever it is, and I'm gonna go see her on this big screen." It was. I'm very excited to go see it in December.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I just love her. I
Hmm.
think she is so inspirational. I think that's what
Hmm.
it is. Like, I just get so much inspiration from her. I
Yeah.
remember watching the Homecoming
Hmm.
documentary she did of the what is it called? Coachella, the Coachella
Hmm.
performance
Hmm.
that she did. And that year after watching that, and I went to an HBCU, a historically Black college university, it made me want to go back to homecoming. I had not
Hmm.
gone to my homecoming since I graduated in 2000.
Wow.
But in
Wow.
2019, I went to homecoming because I felt inspired after watching that
That's
documentary. So
amazing.
it's just something about her. I don't care what people say. I love her. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say that for a second because I don't care what people say.
Right.
Um and um and I think what means the most to me about her, I'm one of those who really does believe her voice is amazing.
Yes.
It feels like you either really love Beyonce or you don't.
I
And
don't
if
get it.
you're on one side of not liking her, you just don't like nothing. She can't do nothing right. The girl has a voice, first of all,
Yes.
and her work ethic,
That part.
her work ethic.
Hmm.
So the fact that she's able to be where she is, so
Hmm.
high up in the rafters that whatever you are saying about her, she does not hear.
Nope. Does not.
It
And
it
don't
is
care.
she is too high in the rafters to hear what
Yes.
you are saying
Yes.
about her. So keep talking if you just want to waste your breath. Um,
Hmm.
but but because of her work ethic, she deserves the level and height of success that she's experiencing,
Absolutely.
in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
kudos to Beyonce.
Kudos to Beyonce. Yes, girl.
Mhm.
So that is my memorable concert. So thank you for indulging me, sister, in that real talk.
Absolutely, that was fun.
'Cause that's good stuff. And y'all share what's your most memorable concert? Rather it be through email or you can comment on the YouTube post or wherever you watch this.
And
All
if you
right.
don't say NE heartbreak, you wrong. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Because they look good, like they're in their 50s and they're still doing the moves and
Oh my
everything.
gosh. And okay, so I'm gonna get off of this, but my dude was Ronnie. That was mine. He was
Uh-huh.
mine. He was
Yeah,
mine. That was my
yeah,
boyfriend. So
yeah.
anyway, I'm
Okay,
off
one
of
last thing about that. So that was my dude, right?
it.
And then I met them RBRM. It wasn't all of them. It was RBRM. I met
Okay.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and I think that was it. Yeah, Ronnie,
Okay.
Bobby, Ricky, Mike. And I like Mike now. Like Ronnie was too laid back for me.
Uh-huh.
Ricky and Mike, they were like real, vocal and talkative and seemed more friendly. And I was like, you're
Hmm.
cool, Ronnie, but I think I like Mike now. So,
Hmm. Yeah, Ronnie know folks like him, so he
you
just
know,
chilling. Hmm.
yeah, but
I
yeah.
believe it.
Mhm.
Too funny.
All right. So, sister, are you ready to transition into our deep dive conversation?
Ooh, okay, let me get my gear on, my scuba diving gear. All right, go ahead.
So, for those watching, if this is your first time watching or listening, this is a segment where we expound on a nugget from the latest Real Women Circle or just something that has been on our hearts that we want to talk about on a deeper level or just
Mhm,
something that we've talked about in the past in Real Women. So,
mhm.
this topic came up for me. It just happened to me recently. It's a personal experience. And I'll start with a question and then I'll let you know where this question came from. So,
Okay.
do you give yourself space when you're transitioning to different tasks throughout your day. So what that means is this came about for me because probably for the past 2 to 3 weeks, I have missed one of my workouts. I usually do 3
Mm.
workouts, Monday,
Mhm.
Wednesday, and Friday. I do a workout and I have a fitness coach, and I use this app where I communicate with my coach. I log my nutrition and meals and all that kind of stuff. So I have my
Mhm.
scheduled workouts, and he holds me accountable if I'm missing that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
I had been missing my workouts because I'm still adjusting to going back into the office 2 days a week. That's throwing my
Mhm.
schedule off. And the real talk, my cycle been MIA because I think
Mm.
I'm in perimenopause and I'm not pregnant. No, I done been to the
Yep.
doctor, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not that. And it finally
Mhm.
came on, but it was gone for a long time. So I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
what's going on? My hormones were all over the place. And just like I wasn't feeling motivated to work out.
Mm.
So I would do 2, and then I would miss the last one or something like that.
Mhm.
So when I finally talked to my coach about it, he's like, "What's been going on? Do we need to up your, exercise?" I'm like, "No, I'm not even doing the exercises I've been doing, so don't add more."
Mhm. Mhm.
So when I talked to him about everything that was going on, he was like, do you take time to pause and just reflect before going into your workout or
Mhm.
before going into the next thing in your day? And he was like, so we're going to create a healthy habit in the app so that you can sign off on it every time you do it each day, of just taking a moment to reflect, no matter
Mm.
5 or 10 minutes in that day, and taking a moment to reflect. And I was like, you know what? I don't do that. I go from
Mhm.
one task to another. I get home. Okay, I need to cook something, or I need to, do this podcast recording, or I need to, whatever it is that I need to do. I'm just always on to the next thing. And I don't
Yeah.
always give myself space to pause.
Mm.
And so I
Mm.
did that. After he said it, I was like, okay, let's start it today. So I did
Mhm.
that day that he talked about it. And I found a 15-minute meditation on YouTube, and it just really made a difference. And it got me in the mindset like, okay, why are you working out? What's happening? Now let's go ahead and transition into the workout. So
Mhm.
it was helpful for me to take time out to do that. So
Mhm.
that was my experience. So I wanted to ask you, sister, do you take pauses as you transition throughout your day before you go to the next thing?
Nope.
I love the pause right there. I love it. Okay. Say
That
more about
was
that. What
that
comes up
was
to you?
that was a wonderful question. I don't know. While you were talking, I was like, I got nothing. No, let me tell you. No, so let me tell you, seriously.
Yeah.
Um, I may do this in a different way, perhaps,
Okay.
but I really am. I'm feeling like based on what you described, I'm learning something,
Mhm.
and I may be able to add something to my routine that would be helpful for me in this area.
Okay.
What I do is I take a lot of time on Sunday to reflect on what I didn't get done the week before and what
Mhm.
has to get done moving forward. So
Mhm.
I religiously plan my schedule for the entire week
Mhm.
on Sunday.
Okay.
And I do that because of what you just said. My schedule is so packed
Mm.
and it's so compact right behind each other, meeting after meeting after meeting.
Yeah.
Go pick up my son, drop him off. Like, it's just evening activities, whether it's the recording or exercise, or I have, it's all so packed that it helps me to map it out at the beginning of the week.
Okay.
So
Got
I don't have to pause in the middle of the week necessarily to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing that day, because I
it.
can literally look, and I'll just be honest, I have an electronic calendar for work.
Mhm.
I use Google Calendar for appointments for business.
Mhm.
But for myself, my life, when all of it comes together, I use a paper calendar. I'm looking around because I usually have it
I do
somewhere
too.
with me.
Yep.
And so I have a paper calendar. So I'm literally able to look at it and see for the week. And I have it mapped out for the month too, what days are what events are happening, what days of the month, so that
Mm-hmm.
I can look from week to week at that monthly calendar. So I'm very strategic about that,
Gotcha.
which helps me during the week to
Mm,
really just kind of go on autopilot and
got.
just say, these are the moments that I don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
For example, this past week, there was nothing happening on Monday night. And I
Mm,
was like, huh, I get to just come home and I am not going to open the computer. I am
right.
just going, but then Tuesday nights I work out with one of our Real Women sister friends. So
Mm-hmm.
that's on my calendar already.
Okay.
She's my accountability in that I'm meeting her.
Gotcha.
So it's on my calendar and I've already put it up there. I've already set my alarm. I set my alarms for all of my meetings for 5 minutes before them or 15 minutes before them,
Mm-hmm.
to give myself. So I do that at the beginning of the week for the entire week.
Gotcha.
Now, what I feel like I can learn from what you just said is, those in Real Women know that I do, in order to keep my spiritual practices and the
Mm-hmm.
things that mean the most to me at front of mind, I
Mm-hmm.
have given them an acronym, and it's
Yeah.
EPMD, right? We hip hop babies.
Yeah.
So it helps me remember it. So it's exercise, prayer, meditation, and devotion.
Mm-hmm.
And so I typically do that in the morning.
Mm,
And I have been doing that lately in concert with walking my fur baby.
gotcha.
And so I really do think I should and can incorporate that much more intentionally in my schedule when I'm not being pulled by a dog,
Mm,
to walk around the neighborhood.
mm-hmm.
And I am getting exercise in throughout the week. But my meditation, I am praying continuously, but my meditation and my devotion time could be a little more intentional and would probably help fuel other parts of my day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it makes
Yeah.
absolute sense. And I love that our lives are different and what we
Mhm.
need is different.
Mhm.
And I want people to take that away from this conversation. So for me, I need those pauses throughout the day, you know.
Mhm.
And so the moral of the story, if you will, is just to figure out what works for you. If you're watching or
Mhm.
listening to this, what works for you? What do you need to get
Yeah.
through, you know, your day? Do you need to be like Trenace and plan it, you know, the beginning of the week, and then that helps you to navigate the rest of your week? Or do you need to take pauses? Do you need to do morning, you know, devotionals or that quiet time of meditation? Do you need to do it in the evening? Maybe you're not a morning
Mhm.
person. Or what do you need to give you that fuel, that nourishment, that energy to make it through your days? Because I know for me, what I noticed was, and I forgot to mention school. So school was kicking my butt because I was in this class that was, I had a lot of assignments and I was getting feedback, and it was just really messing me up, emotionally and mentally, and it was taking up a lot of time. So that's
Mhm.
another thing that I had to do. So I noticed for me, when I am ripping and running and not taking breaks, then I get tired and I get burnt out, and then I don't want to do
Mhm.
anything. Then I avoid stuff. I just want to lay in bed and watch TV or play games on my phone. And that's an indicator that, okay, you need to give yourself space to just be instead of going from one thing to another. So, but figure out what works for you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all of
That's
the.
so good. And
Mhm.
and taking the time to figure out what works for you is
Yeah.
important so that you're not just doing the same useless,
Yeah.
exhausting, overwhelming routine over and over again. I think some of us don't even take time to do the reflection,
Right.
so we end up doing what doesn't work
Mhm.
much too long because we haven't stopped to figure out, because you may even end up saying to yourself, well, I tried it Shavon's way and that didn't
Right.
work for me.
Right.
And, I need to figure out something else. A piece of what Trenace said worked for me.
Mhm.
Or just explore, some other ideas for yourself. But that's so
Mhm.
good. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that really spoke to me. And then when he said that, I was like, "You get me, you see me? How you knew I
Mhm.
needed that? You know?
Mhm.
So it's so
Mhm.
funny that he's really in tune. I appreciate my fitness coach. He's really in tune with what I need, you know, to keep me
Yeah.
motivated. So
Yeah.
that
Can I
definitely,
give another hack though? Something
yeah.
that you just made me think about
Mm,
that is a tiny bit connected to what you just said, because what I've also learned to do, if you have the kind of job that is demanding of your time,
mhm,
and I mean, please put this in the chat, in the comments, or by email if this connects with you, because this is so heavy for me,
mhm,
that I end up in so many meetings throughout the day that the work that I need to get done has to get done after hours, or I have to set blocks of time on my schedule in advance
mm,
so that nobody takes them.
gotcha.
And literally, the president of my college could do that, could
Yeah.
trump whatever I put up there, but
Mhm,
really nobody else. If I already put blocks of time, so when I look at my schedule on Sunday, I see
mhm.
what meetings are already scheduled. And
Yep.
then in between those meetings, I block off, and I just call them work sessions.
Nice.
And so that means that's my time to get some of these tasks done that
Mhm.
I would normally have to wait until the end of the day or over the weekend to
Yep.
get done, because y'all keep taking all of my time slots, right? So
Yeah.
just a hack that it might help somebody.
You know what's so interesting about that? So now that I go into the office 2 days a week,
Mhm.
I spend more time talking
Mhm.
in my boss's office. He's in my office, in my coworker's
Mhm.
office, and I'm not getting as much done
Mhm.
for being there talking, you know,
Yep.
all kind of stuff. And so that limits the productivity. So then when I'm at home, then I can focus more and get things done. But it's so interesting how going back into the office, you're getting back, or we're getting back into that space of having to interact with your coworkers and getting used to that. So it's just that's another, if someone is experiencing that where you've been teleworking, 100%, and then you have to go into the office a couple of days, and that's another dynamic you have to run into and navigate and figure out how to manage that. Yeah.
Yep. We feel you. We feel you. Most people will admit I get more done at home because one, I
Right.
don't have to change clothes if I don't want to. I don't
Yeah.
have the commute, and then
Right.
I don't have the people in person to deal with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so funny. Yeah. So okay, well, yeah, tell us about what you do to help you navigate your days, your weeks, your moments. Do you take pauses? Do you plan it in the beginning or the end of your week? What do you do? We would love to hear from you. So you can
Mhm.
tell us at info@realwomenrock.org, or you can comment on YouTube in under this episode. All
Mhm.
right. So
Mhm.
that was good stuff. That was some self-care type stuff that we
Yes,
talk about
important.
with real women. Yes. Self-care is not selfish, is what we love
It's
to say.
not. Mm-mm. You posted something recently
Mhm.
on Real Women's behalf, and it said self-love is not vanity, it's
It's
sanity.
sanity.
That
Yes.
has stuck with me. Oh my goodness, that stuck with me.
Yes. I love that. That really
Mhm.
resonated with me too. I was like, oh, I gotta post that because it just, when you think about it, it's like it's not vanity, it's to keep my mental, like to keep me
Absolutely.
yeah, yes.
Y'all want to see something? Let me not take care of myself and show you
Right.
something.
Exactly. That's what I'm gonna pop off.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, so let's get into our next segment, what we call put myself in her shoes.
Mhm.
And during this segment, we discuss current events, or we pose a question or scenario. I love to bring these scenarios because this is also an opportunity for you to share your stories. If you want to write into us and share a scenario that you want us to put ourselves in your shoes, here's an opportunity for you to do that. And this is where it would go. So
Yeah.
I have a scenario for you, sister. You ready to put
I'm
ourselves in?
ready. I'm ready. I love these.
Okay. So this is a scenario about James and his wife. So
Okay.
James was younger,
Mhm.
had a son with his former girlfriend.
Okay.
However, he wasn't active in his son's life and didn't contribute financially.
Mhm.
His child mother never put him on child support.
Mm.
And now that James is older and he's doing well financially, he wants a relationship with his son, who is now a young adult. To
Mhm.
make up for lost time, he wants to send his son, the young adult,
Mhm.
child support type payments. However, his current wife, who he has 2 kids with, is not happy about his plans. She says he needs to focus on providing for the kids they have since his oldest son is grown.
Mm. Mm.
Putting yourself in the wife's shoes, how would you handle this situation?
So first of all, can we name her? Can we give her a name? Can we
Okay.
just name her? Because I
Uh,
want to talk. Mhm.
Valerie. Let's call her
Valerie.
Valerie. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So Valerie. So first of all,
Yeah.
this is empathetic, and I am putting myself in her shoes.
Okay.
First of all, I can imagine that it is difficult to have to deal with the extra and the going beyond their household
Mhm.
related to finances, especially, but
Mhm.
even her husband's time and attention, right?
Yeah.
So that's extra you have to deal with when you get with someone who has a kid from another relationship, right?
Right. Yep.
So I understand the dynamics of that. I have
Mhm.
lived out blended families, so I get it.
Mhm.
Okay, so even understanding the dynamics, I could not, with my own life experience, which I will share, my
Mhm.
own life experience considered,
Mhm.
I could not fathom stopping my husband from being present and supportive, both in presence and financially, for a child that he did not take care of for several years
Mhm.
during that child's childhood.
Yeah.
So, having been in a position where I had a father who wasn't in the home,
Mhm.
and having experienced not necessarily having everything covered and taken care of
Mhm.
in my college years and beyond, I'm ready to get all anything you want to give
Yeah.
because it was expected at certain points and it wasn't given. And so
Mhm.
yeah, you don't have to um, pay every bill, and you don't have to cover every expense the way that you would if they were a minor.
Mhm.
But why not make a child support payment like
Mhm.
something that says, I'm going to give you something as your father because I recognize that I hadn't been doing that. And maybe I would be, if I were Valerie, maybe I would be bothered that maybe this wasn't agreed upon when we got together.
Mhm.
So now you're adding it to my plate that some of our finances are going out of the home when that possibly wasn't discussed when we first got together.
Right.
So that would be, I think there would be a whole lot of conversation. And maybe we've talked about this in a prior episode. Maybe there would be some level of compromise where it
Mhm.
would be the amount of money or how often it's given, or what it goes toward. And maybe we direct what it goes toward instead of just funding whatever, James Jr. wants funded. um, but it's so funny. I thinking about James from Good Times. That's all I can think about right now.
Damn, damn.
Damn. Valerie.
I
So that's
know.
that's what I got. I understand the difficulty and the complexity because marriage is not easy.
Yeah.
Blended families are not easy. Um, Financial situations are not easy.
Yeah.
And you cannot keep this man from supporting his child on some level. That's how I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think? Putting yourself in her shoes.
So putting myself in her shoes, I share similar sentiments because my first thought went to, okay, I wonder what's going on with her that makes her feel this way. Like what is happening?
Mm,
So let's say he's trying to pay $1,000 per month,
mhm.
and that's taking away from what they have normally been doing with their finances. So similar to
Sure.
what you just said, it's like, okay, can we sit down and talk about this? Um, because like we've talked about in a previous episode about not getting in the way of someone pursuing their dreams, I
Mhm,
too wouldn't want to get in the way of him being there for his son because it almost
mhm,
feels like an atonement, like there's something
mm.
he's trying to reconcile,
That's good.
that he wasn't there before, and now
Mhm,
he's able, and so that's something that he has to do for himself, like
mhm,
it just really sounds personal, and I don't want to get in the way of that. And we do have these two younger children, and I just want to make sure we're good. Like, I want to make
mhm,
sure you're good. I support you in caring for your son, no matter how old he is, because I understand that really must have bothered you not being there for him, knowing the type of father that you are for our children.
mhm.
And so I just need to understand how this is going to work, and just would like that courtesy of just a conversation, like you said, some type of compromise to see how we're going to work this out so that you can do what you need to do for your son and so that we can be good as well. So I think
Mhm.
I would approach it from that perspective, like we were talking about before, just the empathetic perspective and the reality of, all right, well, how this also impacts us too. So let's work together on that.
Yeah. The magic word is compromise, and that is not easy in
It's
a
not.
relationship,
Mm-mm.
in any level of negotiation. Compromise is not easy, but it's so necessary because
Yeah,
nobody is ever going to get all of what they want all of the time
right.
when you're dealing with other people.
Yeah,
So, especially in a marriage. So,
right. Mhm.
yeah, so
Exactly.
important. Yeah.
So Valerie girl, we get it.
Valerie, we get
So
it. Mhm. Let that man take care of his child.
yeah, he needs this, Valerie. He wasn't there. It's eating him up, and he got to do it. It's just
Yeah,
something he has to do for himself. So and his
yeah,
child. So
yeah. But
yeah,
and not but and we feel you. We do
yeah,
feel you. We
yeah,
understand the difficulty of it. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh-wee. So putting myself in her shoes. Yeah.
Mhm. That was good. That was
Yes.
I love your scenarios. They're so much fun. Like
Real.
somebody is saying, she just changed my name. That is my situation.
I mean, how you know, girl? I didn't know, girl. I did not know.
I did
So
not know.
yeah, this is good stuff. So y'all send in y'all scenarios so that we can put ourselves in your shoes.
We would love that. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. So we are at the end of our show, sister.
Oh my goodness. We're here.
Oh,
These 4 segments fly by.
they fly by. So it is time for our spiritual nugget, where my sweet sister leaves a spiritual nugget to inspire, encourage, and uplift us. So, Trenace, what do you have for us today?
Yeah. This was different because I had a download earlier this week and I made sure I chronicled it to have it in front of me for us to share. And I do think it connects to what we just talked about. But I wanted to make sure I shared it because I felt like it was for somebody.
Okay.
And so the nugget itself is to protect and prioritize what's yours.
Mm.
And that'll mean a whole lot of different things to whomever hears it. But I'm just going to say it again: protect and prioritize what's yours. Oftentimes, we will leave what we value to other people to steward
Wow.
and to take care of, and expect them to do it in a way that meets our needs.
Yep.
But we just talked about, no one's going to honor you the way that you know you need to be honored in the same way that
Mm.
you can. And so protecting and prioritizing what's yours and what you value means that you are modeling for someone else how you should be treated, how you
Mm.
should be protected,
Mhm.
how you should be, what matters to you should be prioritized. No one will do that for you, and no one will do that before you do that for yourself.
Wow.
So what kept coming to me, I think about just connecting it to all of the things we've talked about so far, just related to our own margins, creating space for ourselves to kind of get it all done.
Mm.
If you decided to go to every meeting and work every day and never use your leave
Mm.
and do say yes to every task, I bet you nobody's going to tell you not to do it. I bet
Nope.
you they're going to let you come to every meeting.
Right.
They're not going to tell you to take your leave. There you might have a jewel here and there every blue moon that recognizes and empathizes with where people are enough to be compassionate that way, but most not. They will
Mm-mm.
take all that you have to give.
All of it.
So it is up to you to manage that so that what you have inside of you and what you have to give to the world is valuable enough
Mm.
to be protected and prioritized,
Mm. Mm.
so
Mm.
that when you give it, you're giving from a full cup.
Yes.
You're giving from the best place of you and not out of depletion and emptiness.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
There is a quote, and I don't even know how connected this is to what I just said, but it has stuck with me since I read it, and so I want to read it to you. It says, "Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive.
Mm.
Then go do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive."
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Howard Thurman said that. And it is connected because it's when you protect and prioritize what's yours that you are able to show up alive,
Mhm.
and you are able to show up lighter,
Mm.
like illumined
Yeah.
and lighter,
Lighter.
because you've taken care of yourself, not
Mm.
as heavy and worn out and worn down. And
Yeah.
that's what the world needs. They need a lighter, alivened you.
Yeah.
So yeah, protect and prioritize what you have been given.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is so good.
Mhm.
Protect and prioritize what's yours.
Mhm.
And what I hear in that is ownership.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
have the power, the control, the responsibility to do it.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, and ownership to me says choice. Like because I get to decide.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is some of us feel like we don't. You say this all the time, we should all over ourselves,
Mhm.
and we feel like we don't have choice, and we must, we should do these things, but we do have choice.
We
We
have
have agency over ourselves.
yes.
And the word, when you said ownership, the word that came alongside that for me is stewardship. Like we really have to better steward this one life that we have been given.
Mhm.
Protect and prioritize what's
Mm.
yours.
Mm. Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Whew. Take it in, y'all. Just let it breathe. Mm. Hmm.
Mhm.
Yes. Thank you, sister. That was so yummy. Mm.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for allowing me to share.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So this has been another amazing episode of Real Women, Real
Mm.
Talk. And we hope you have enjoyed this episode. Make sure you follow us, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on all the podcast platforms. where you listen to your podcast. Follow us on social media, Real Women Rock on Facebook and Instagram. And just
Share us with other people.
share us when you see the clip, share it with other people because we are here. Yeah,
Mhm.
we are doing this and it is
Yeah.
fun. And we have so much to share and so much to share with the world. So, and we come
Mhm.
alive when we do this. So, this is
Yes, we do.
definitely in our space. So, yeah, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Hey, y'all.